I pressed send on the email to my lawyer. The one about the $1.8 million from selling my California house. My finger was still on the screen when I saw it. Marcus's iPad, lying face up on my kitchen table where he'd left it that morning. A message notification lit up the screen. From Ashley, my daughter-in-law. Did he sign yet? My chest tightened. I shouldn't look. I knew I shouldn't. But my hand reached for the iPad anyway. It wasn't locked. The messages filled the screen. Ashley, did he sign yet? Marcus, not yet. Tonight, after dinner. Ashley, we need that money now. Victor called again. Says we have 48 hours or he's coming to the house. Marcus, I know. Jesus. Ashley, maybe he won't. I stopped breathing. Marcus, what's that supposed to mean? Ashley, nothing. Just accidents happen, especially to old people living alone in big houses. Marcus, stop. We stick to the plan. Get him to sign power of attorney. Move the money. Then we figure out the other thing. Ashley. Fine. But I'm not waiting much longer. I already told the Porsche dealer we'd have the down payment by Friday. Marcus. You what? We're $340,000 in debt and you're buying a Porsche? Ashley. It's an investment, babe. Image matters. Besides, once we have his money, what's another $90K? I set the iPad down with shaking hands, exactly where Marcus had left it. I walked to my bedroom, closed the door, sat on the edge of the bed my wife Helen and I had shared for 43 years before the cancer took her 2 years ago. They were planning to rob me. Maybe worse. My own son. I built circuit boards for aerospace companies for 37 years. I knew how to think through problems, how to see 3 moves ahead. Helen used to joke that I treated life like one of my logic puzzles. She'd be disappointed in Marcus, but she wouldn't be surprised. Not after what happened with the startup. 3 years ago, Marcus came to me with his business idea. Some app for revolutionizing the restaurant industry. He needed $180,000 to get started. He didn't talk to me for 6 months. Helen was heartbroken. She convinced me to give him $50,000 as a compromise. The company folded in 11 months. Marcus never paid back a cent. Never even apologized. Just showed up for Thanksgiving like nothing happened and asked if I was still holding grudges. Then Helen got sick. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 6 months from diagnosis to funeral. Marcus visited twice. Both times he asked about her life insurance policy. Ashley didn't visit at all. Said hospitals made her uncomfortable. At the funeral, Marcus asked if I needed help managing the estate. I said no. His jaw clenched, but he smiled. That same smile he had in the iPad messages. After Helen died, I stayed in our house for a year. The 5-bedroom, 3-story Victorian in Pasadena, where we raised Marcus, where Helen planted roses every spring, where she died in the master bedroom, holding my hand, telling me to sell the house and live a little with whatever time I had left. I sold it 6 weeks ago. The real estate market was insane. Listed at $1.6 million. Sold for $1.8 million in 4 days. Cash buyer. No contingencies. The money hit my account last Tuesday. I called Marcus that night to tell him. He sounded excited. Said we should celebrate and talk about the future. He invited me to stay at his place for the weekend. Their townhouse in Riverside. Said Ashley was making my favorite pot roast. I should have known better. I heard the front door open. Marcus called out, "Dad, you home?" I came out of the bedroom, smiled, acted like everything was normal. "Just resting my eyes," I said. Marcus looked at the coffee table. His iPad was gone. I'd moved it to the couch cushion, made it look like it fell. "You lose something?" I asked. "My iPad. I thought I left it." "Check the couch. I sat there earlier." He found it, checked the screen. Relaxed when he saw it was locked. He didn't know it auto-locked after 2 minutes. He didn't know I'd been reading his messages for 90 seconds before it went dark. Ashley came out of the kitchen. She'd been here all day, apparently, making pot roast. Her smile was honey sweet. "Richard." Perfect timing. Dinner's almost ready. We sat at their dining table. The pot roast was actually good. I complimented it. Ashley beamed. Marcus poured wine. Expensive wine. I noticed the bottle. $85 retail. They were $340,000 in debt and buying $85 wine. So, Dad, Marcus said, halfway through dinner, we wanted to talk to you about something important. Here it comes. Ashley and I have been thinking. You're getting older, living alone in that apartment. What if something happens? What if you fall? What if there's a medical emergency? I'm 75, not 95, I said. I know. But still, we worry. So we talked to a lawyer, and he suggested something called a durable power of attorney. Your finances, your medical decisions, just in case. In case of what? In case you can't make decisions for yourself. Ashley touched my hand. Her nails were freshly manicured, bright red, probably cost $60. We just want to protect you, Richard, she said. And protect your money. Make sure it's invested properly. That no one takes advantage of you. The irony was so thick I could taste it. I'll think about it, I said. Marcus's smile tightened. The lawyer said the sooner the better. In case something happens suddenly. You never know at your age. I said I'll think about it. The rest of dinner was tense, quiet. Ashley kept glancing at Marcus. He kept checking his phone. Probably messages from Victor, whoever that was. Probably the loan shark they owed $340,000. After dinner, I excused myself, said I was tired. They set me up in their guest bedroom, the small one in the back. No TV, just a bed and a dresser. The lock on the door was broken. I noticed that right away. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, listening. The walls were thin. I could hear them in the master bedroom, arguing. He said no. Ashley's voice, sharp and angry. He said he'd think about it. That's not a no. We don't have time for him to think. Victor isn't bluffing. Marcus. These people don't bluff. They hurt people. They killed that guy in San Bernardino last year. Remember? It was in the news. I know. So what do we do? Silence. Long silence. Then Marcus said, there are other options. Like what? Like, the power of attorney isn't the only way. If something happened to him, if he died, I'm his only child. I inherit everything. The lawyer confirmed it. My blood went cold. Ashley said, you're not seriously suggesting. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying, if something happened naturally, a fall, a heart attack, he's 75. It happens. That's crazy. Is it? You're the one who said maybe he won't live another 20 years. I didn't mean. I was just venting. Well, maybe you were right. Maybe we're thinking about this wrong. Maybe we're trying too hard to keep him alive when nature's just going to take its course anyway. Stop. You're scaring me. I'm scaring you? Victor's threatening to break your legs and you're scared of me? They kept arguing. I stopped listening. My hands were shaking again. I got up, moved quietly. Their argument was loud enough that they didn't hear me. I opened the guest bedroom door, crept down the hallway. Their master bedroom door was cracked open. I could see Marcus pacing, Ashley sitting on the bed, crying. I went to the kitchen, found my jacket. My car keys were in the pocket. I moved toward the front door. Dad? I froze. Marcus was standing in the hallway, backlit by the bedroom light. Where are you going? I need some air, I said. Just a walk. I'll be back. It's midnight. I'm 75, not 5. I can take a walk. He stepped closer. Something in his eyes made my skin crawl. You should stay inside, Dad. It's not safe out there. Lots of crime in this neighborhood. You wouldn't want something to happen. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a threat. I'll be fine, I said. I reached for the door handle. Marcus grabbed my arm, hard. His fingers dug into my bicep. I really think you should stay inside. Let go of me. Dad, let go. He released me, smiled that smile. Sorry, I just worry about you. I left. Got in my truck. My hands shook so badly I could barely get the key in the ignition. I drove. Didn't know where. Just drove. Ended up at a 24-hour diner off the interstate. Ordered coffee I didn't drink. sat in a booth until sunrise. Then I called Thomas Chen. Thomas was the lawyer who handled Helen's estate. Good man, smart, discreet. He answered on the third ring, sounding groggy. Richard, it's 6 in the morning. I need your help. I told him everything. The messages, the conversation I overheard. Marcus grabbing my arm. Thomas was quiet for a long time. Richard, these are serious allegations. Are you sure about what you heard? I'm 75, not senile. I know what I heard. Okay. First thing, do not go back to that house. Do you have somewhere safe to stay? I'll get a hotel. Good. Second, I need you to document everything. Write down exactly what you saw and heard, with times and dates. Third, Richard, I think you need to go to the police. And tell them what? That my son might be planning to kill me? Based on a conversation through a door? They'll think I'm paranoid. Maybe. But if something happens to you, nothing's going to happen to me, because I'm going to handle this myself. Richard, you're my lawyer, Thomas. I need your help. Are you going to help me or not? He sighed. What do you need? Over the next 2 weeks, I set everything up. Thomas drafted a new will. Everything to charity. Marcus would get nothing. We set up a trust that couldn't be broken, couldn't be contested. I also bought something else, a small device, GPS tracker with audio recording, the kind private investigators use, legal in California as long as one party consents to the recording. I was that party. I planted it in my jacket, the one I wore every day. Then I called Marcus, apologized for overreacting that night, said I'd been under stress from selling the house, asked if the invitation to stay with them was still open. He said yes, immediately. Too quickly, too eagerly. I moved in with them the following Tuesday. The first week was normal, almost pleasant. Ashley cooked. Marcus was attentive. We watched TV together. Talked about Helen. About old times. Marcus even apologized for the startup money. Said he felt terrible about it. I almost believed him. Then, on day 8, they brought it up again. The power of attorney. More urgent this time. Marcus said his financial advisor recommended it. That my money was sitting idle in a basic savings account. That I could be earning so much more with proper investment. I said I'd think about it. That night, I heard them again. Through the thin walls. Ashley. He's stalling. Marcus. He's old. Old people are stubborn. Ashley. Victor called again. He knows where we live, Marcus. He described our house. He knows what kind of car I drive. He's watching us. Marcus. Okay. New plan. What plan? Tomorrow night. We make him sign. I don't care if we have to force him. And if he refuses, then we move to plan B. Which is, you know which. Silence. Then Ashley, barely whispering, I can't believe we're actually talking about this. You got a better idea? No. Then stop crying and help me figure out the details. The next day, Marcus drove me to run errands. We went to the bank. He needed to deposit a check, but I noticed we sat in the parking lot for 20 minutes. He was on his phone the whole time, texting someone. When we got home, there was a car in the driveway I didn't recognize. Black Escalade, tinted windows. Who's that? I asked. Oh, just a friend of Ashley's. They're leaving soon. We went inside. A man was sitting in the living room. Big guy. 6'3", maybe 250. Neck tattoos. He stood when we entered. This is Victor, Marcus said. My stomach dropped. Victor smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. Marcus has told me a lot about you, Richard. You raised a smart son. Very resourceful. Thank you, I said. Because what else could I say? Marcus tells me you came into some money recently. That's wonderful. Really wonderful. Because Marcus here owes me quite a bit of money. And I'm sure a loving father would want to help his son out of a difficult situation. I'm not giving Marcus money to pay off his gambling debts. Victor's smile disappeared. Gambling debts. That's interesting. Marcus told me it was a business loan. Marcus went pale. Victor turned to him. You've been gambling, Marcus? No. I mean, just a little. Online poker. Nothing serious. Online poker. Victor's voice was ice. So not only do you owe me $340,000 for a business loan you defaulted on, but you've been pissing away money gambling? Money you could have been using to pay me back? Victor, I can explain. Victor held up a hand, looked at me. Richard, I'm going to be straight with you. Your son is in a lot of trouble. And when I say trouble, I mean the kind that ends with broken bones. Or worse. Now, I understand you just sold a house for a lot of money. I'm thinking maybe you could help your boy out. Make this problem go away. No, I said. No? No. Marcus is 48 years old. He made his choices. He can live with the consequences. Victor laughed. Actually laughed. You got balls, old man. I respect that. But let me clarify something. This isn't a request. You're going to give Marcus the money, one way or another. Are you threatening me? I'm explaining reality. You can give him the money willingly. Sign it over, nice and legal. Or, he looked around the living room. Well, accidents happen, especially to old folks. Fall down the stairs, hit your head. Very sad, very tragic. And then Marcus inherits anyway, and I get my money. Either way, I get paid. But one way, you get to live. So what's it gonna be? The room was silent. Ashley was crying quietly in the kitchen doorway. Marcus was staring at the floor. I looked at Victor. You're going to kill me if I don't pay. Basically, yeah. And if I do pay, you'll leave us alone? Scout's honor. He held up 3 fingers in a mock salute. I nodded slowly. Okay. Marcus's head snapped up. Really? Really? I'll transfer the money. All of it. Tomorrow. Victor smiled. See? That wasn't so hard. You're a smart man, Richard. Smart men stay alive. He left. The Escalade drove away. Marcus and Ashley stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't want it to go this way. But thank you. Thank you so much. I promise. I'll pay you back. No, you won't, I said. But that's okay. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I went to the guest room. Locked the broken door with a chair under the handle. Checked the GPS tracker. Still recording. Every word. Every threat. Then I called Thomas. It's done, I said. I have everything. Are you safe? For now. They think I'm going to pay. I need you to call someone for me. That contact you mentioned. The FBI agent. Richard, are you sure about this? Thomas. They threatened to kill me. A loan shark threatened to kill me in my son's living room, and my son didn't say a word to stop it. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. The next morning, I told Marcus I needed to go to the bank. He insisted on driving me. Of course he did. Couldn't risk me changing my mind. We went to my bank. I asked to speak with the manager. Marcus came with me into the office. The manager, a woman named Sandra, greeted us warmly. Mr. Peterson, how can I help you today? I need to transfer $1.8 million from my savings account, I said. Sandra's eyes widened. That's a significant transfer. May I ask where it's going? To my son's account. She looked at Marcus. Back at me. Mr. Peterson, I need to ask you some questions. This is protocol for large transfers. Are you making this transfer of your own free will? Marcus tensed beside me. Yes, I said. Has anyone threatened you or coerced you into making this transfer? No, that was true. I was doing this willingly, just not for the reasons Marcus thought. Sandra asked a few more questions. Verified my identity. Set up the transfer. She said it would take 24 to 48 hours to process. Marcus was practically vibrating with excitement. On the drive home, he kept talking about how he was going to turn things around and make me proud and pay me back with interest. I just nodded, smiled, acted like I believed him. We got home. Ashley had made lunch. Sandwiches. We ate. Marcus got a call. Stepped outside to take it. I could hear him through the window. Yeah, Victor, it's done. The transfer's processing. No, I'm serious. 48 hours, you'll have your money. I know. Yeah, okay. See you then. He came back inside, grinning. That night, I couldn't sleep. Lay in bed, listening. Around 2 a.m., I heard voices. Got up, pressed my ear to the door. Marcus and Ashley, in the kitchen. I can't believe he actually did it, Ashley said. I told you he would. He's soft. Always has been. What do we do about Victor? Pay him the $340,000. Keep the rest. And if he asks questions? He won't be around to ask questions. My heart stopped. Ashley, what does that mean? Marcus, it means exactly what you think it means. Victor gave me an idea. Accidents happen. Old people fall, hit their heads. Very tragic. Marcus, don't. Marcus is me. You think he's just going to let us keep his money? You think he won't want reports, updates, access to the accounts? No. This is cleaner. He signs over the money. He has an accident. We inherit everything anyway, including the rest of the money. Nobody suspects anything because he already transferred it to us. It's perfect. When? This weekend. I'll take him hiking. You know that trail up in Big Bear he loves? Lots of cliffs. Easy to slip. Fall 100 feet. Crush his skull. By the time anyone finds him, it'll look completely natural. Ashley was crying. I don't know if I can do this. You don't have to do anything. Just act normal. I'll handle it. I backed away from the door, grabbed my phone, texted Thomas. They're planning to kill me this weekend. Need help now. He responded immediately. I'm calling Agent Morrison. Stay safe. The next day, Marcus announced a father-son hiking trip. I said yes. Friday afternoon, there was a knock at the door. Marcus answered it. 2 people stood on the porch, a man and a woman, professional clothes, serious expressions. Marcus Peterson? The woman asked. Yes. She held up a badge. I'm Agent Morrison, FBI. This is Agent Torres. We need to talk to you about some threats made against Richard Peterson. Marcus's face went white. I don't know what you're talking about. We have recordings, Mr. Peterson. Quite a few of them, including conversations about forcing your father to sign over money and plans to kill him during a hiking trip this weekend. I'm sure you'd like to explain all that. I came out of the guest room. Marcus stared at me like I was a ghost. Dad, how? GPS tracker, I said, pulling the small device from my jacket pocket with audio recording. I've been recording everything for 2 weeks. Every conversation, every threat, every plan to kill me. Agent Morrison stepped inside. Marcus Peterson, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, and extortion. You have the right to remain silent. Ashley tried to run, made it to the back door before Agent Torres stopped her. She was crying, screaming, saying it was all Marcus's idea. She didn't want to hurt anyone. They arrested Victor 3 hours later. Turns out the FBI had been investigating him for years. My recordings gave them everything they needed. Loan sharking, extortion, conspiracy to commit murder. He's looking at 25 to life. Marcus and Ashley both got 15 years. The prosecutor said it could have been worse, but they cooperated, gave up Victor's whole operation. Ashley testified against Marcus, said he forced her into it. I don't know if that's true. Don't really care. The money never transferred, obviously. I canceled it the morning before the arrests. I moved to Oregon, small town, bought a little house near the coast. Helen always wanted to live by the ocean. I scattered her ashes there last month, told her I was sorry it took me so long. I don't talk to Marcus anymore. He writes me letters from prison sometimes. Apologies, excuses, begging for forgiveness. I don't read them. I just send them back unopened. People ask me if I regret it. Turning in my own son, sending him to prison. I don't, because he was going to kill me. My own child was going to push me off a cliff and take my money and sleep soundly at night. That's not a son. That's a stranger, Helen used to say. Blood doesn't make family. Love does. She was right. I gave Marcus my blood, but he never gave me his love. Not really. He gave me 48 years of disappointment, of broken promises, of looking at me like I was an ATM machine. So I gave him justice instead. And you know what? I sleep better now than I have in years. If you're going through something similar, if your own family is treating you like I was treated, I want you to know something. You're not alone. There are people who can help. elder abuse hotlines, lawyers, the FBI, if it gets bad enough. Don't be ashamed. Don't make excuses for them. And don't let them make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, the only person who's going to look out for you is you. I'm Richard. I'm 75 years old. And I'm still here because I fought back. You can too.